Live from the MC. Welcome back, everybody. Casual Supremacy, Dyckman Podcast. It is October the 7th, 2024. When you called me today, I was like, yo, there is so much to talk about. But right now, there's only really one story. There's only one going on right now.
Oh, your boy, the Hurricane.
Helene and Milton. You know, I have family in Central Florida.
Oh, that is two? I thought it was just Milton.
No. Helene already happened.
Oh.
And it devastated North Carolina, West North Carolina. You know, it just already wreaked havoc about a week ago. So when Milton just all of a sudden, it started off as a Category 3 storm. It's already a Category 5. I think the last time I checked, it said 180-mile-per-hour winds. You know, there was a newscaster from Florida, like in tears, talking about how quickly, my issues with what's going on with this is that there's several things. And my main thing is that, the people who didn't believe in climate change for so long, all of a sudden now the new conspiracy theory is that the government controls the weather. Like this is something that's actually going around.
Yeah.
Congress people, Marjorie Taylor Greene, whatever, just basically told everyone they definitely control the weather. They attacked the red states, because North Carolina is Republican and these are the Democrats, attacking us with the weather. You guys don't even believe in basic climate change, that we've heated up the water and it is hurricane season. And we just went from one natural disaster and they politicized it. And now there's a second one coming and it's even worse. I mean, it's tracking to be worse. I mean, we don't really know. I don't know when this actually is going to air, but like, from what I'm hearing, it's gonna slow down as it hits landfall, but it's cutting like straight through Central Florida, which is something that doesn't really happen so often as far as like the trajectory. But it's crazy to me because this kind of going back into the whole thing about climate control or even just all the science. No one wants to talk about it, right? About climate change, all this stuff, and I understand why though, right? Because we can't do anything about it, right? So you want to keep talking about it. You want to keep talking about like climate change and this and this and that. But we're so deep in that hole. We're so far along at this point that there's nothing we can do. So everyone's just kind of like, don't talk about it. But then when something like this happens, it's so funny because, Florida is a conservative state, right? But guess what? Right now, Ron DeSantis is like, thank you, President Biden, for sending us everything we need for, sending us it's like, okay, exactly. When there's bad things happening, all of a sudden being socialist or being like taking care of everybody seems like a good idea, and it's like all of a sudden everyone's changed their tone. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we do want the government to help us. It turns out that we should dismantle the government. We should dismantle, the ways that we're tracking the hurricanes. And, that's like Project 2025, where they basically want to get rid of all these like systems. They want to defund FEMA. And it's the same people who are at the same time looking at the federal government right now and being like, you're not doing enough for this. I mean, this is going to be pretty bad. I don't really know exactly, but honestly, I don't remember the last time that a storm has brewed that, like in 2 days, went from a Category 3 to Category 5, 180-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to cut straight through. Tampa is going to get like sliced. The other side of that is Orlando.
You can see it in the back. It's going right through the middle.
It's just going straight through the Florida Peninsula. The whole peninsula is going to feel it. They're saying that is as bad as it could be. This is like worst case scenario kind of stuff. And I mean, honestly, this is something that we're going to be dealing with, I think, for the rest of our lives. And again, I think that a lot of the stuff that put the stuff in motion was started by people who are no longer here. You know what I'm saying? People didn't give a fuck and they were like, hey, you know what? It didn't matter. They were making money, whatever it is, everyone's like, oh, but now we're going to really be feeling the effects. And they talked about this is going to be a really bad hurricane season. Think about it. This is just another one, but we don't know. I mean, it's just the beginning of hurricane season. If you remember Sandy hit 10
legendary.
Yes, here in New York.
Yeah.
That was October 30th. I don't remember what year, but I remember it was like this is a hurricane season. So we don't know what's happening. New York could not get spared too. Like right now, it's just happening in the Gulf, the waters, the heat, but no one wants to talk about these things. But we all have to deal with like the aftermath, and we're going to have to the cleanup, and we're going to deal with all the people, I think they turned the Tampa Bay Stadium into like a they're trying the biggest evacuation in Central Florida since 2017. But they just haven't had anything cut directly through
Through the
Central
middle.
like that in a long time. Like
And a DP too, because it's a
yeah, the DB pause. Exactly. They get it. They get
Hold on, where's my sound effects?
Oh,
There we go.
exactly. They're getting through both holes, man. It is what it is, man. But it's gonna be really rough. And my thoughts and prayers to everybody, our viewers in Florida. Just be safe out there.
Yeah,
Like,
shout outs to the viewers in Florida.
Like, we're here in New York, but we really, I have family, my niece, my nephew, my brother. They're all, in Central Florida. So I am totally obsessed with this story, and I've been watching it like minute by minute. Like, I'm like, if they tell you to evacuate, I was like, get the hell out of there. It's Orlando. It's like they're a little, they're
Shout outs to Orlando.
the whole thing, man. It's about to cut right through them, and I'm hoping again by the time that this airs, we don't know where it'll be by. I think it'll be like basically Wednesday. I think it landfall Tuesday night is what they're saying.
Tuesday 1 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be real rough right now to take a look at it. I just think that people need to, like again, man, we need to just start thinking about science again, believing in science again. Like I get it, like just trying to.
So what do you
things.
suggest? That everybody should leave Florida?
Oh no. Listen, everyone I know who's in Florida right now is like, yeah, whatever. I mean, before I think this one is actually has people in Florida's attention. I'm not gonna lie. This one feels different. People are talking about it different. People are like, like you can hear the trepidation. They're like, oh, this could be a problem, And so I don't know. And so it's hard to predict, it's 2 days before. I have no idea. And I'm just saying be safe out there, stock up your water, stock up your food, your supplies, whatever you have to do, just don't be like prideful about it. Like, oh yeah, we're cool, whatever it is. Because I'm saying that this seems to be something different.
It's gonna be bad, man.
It's gonna be bad, and that's what they're saying. Like anyone over there, like you take a look, everyone's like, "Yo, this is gonna be bad. There's gonna be recovery, but this is a time that we need to like work together, be there for each other, support each other, and everyone, let's not be socialist, whatever it is." But I'm just saying, there's certain disasters or certain bad things that are happening in the world that we need each other for as a country. And it's crazy. Obviously, it's happening right before the elections, and that's a whole other story that we're gonna talk about. But it's just again it puts in perspective what's really happening in this world and the things that we don't control, and it's just crazy that they're using it again as a political fodder and saying that, oh, the government can like, you went from like not believing in like basic science to being like that the US government can like create hurricanes.
Let's just do some hurricanes.
Yeah, well, what? Let's just spin the hurricane, hit it with the sticks, But
run it through Florida. Let's just send it through Florida. Let's see what happens.
That is a congresswoman in the United States, elected congressperson, started that rumor. And the thing with North Carolina, they were saying that it was about lithium mines, and it's become this whole conspiracy theory that they're getting rid of these people because they want the lithium of the North Carolina mountains, and now this one's, and then 2 days after that happened, the next one's coming. Milton was, I remember,
DP.
Yeah, exactly. and they're getting DP'd. Exactly. So
yo, damn.
Pause. So
yo, everybody in Florida, be safe, man, because it looks crazy.
It looks really,
but hopefully it passes by pretty quickly, because like, look, by Friday it should already like,
yeah, man. Between Wednesday and Friday, it's gonna be a long 48 hours, man. I mean, it is what it is. You're just hoping, for supplies. We'll definitely maybe do another episode depending how bad things are. Maybe we have to, try to raise funds. I don't know how bad it is, but like everyone down there is pretty scared. And I mean, I saw this weatherman like crying. Like he had to stop. He's like, I'm sorry, like he's been one of the oldest Florida, like it was on my Instagram, and he just like got the clump. He was like, I've never seen
it's happening.
It's just at the rate that it accelerated. He never had seen this rate of acceleration ever.
Bro, it's bigger than DR. Look.
No, it's insane.
It's bigger than DR.
It's insane. It's insane to look at. And it's right now, I think it's 180 mile per hour, category 5. That's the last I heard of it. This is like almost 9:00, Eastern time, on the 7th. And so again, we have no idea, but it's supposed to slow down once it hits landfall. But hey, again, my shout outs, my, love, my prayers, you're in my thoughts, everyone in Florida. Like I don't even know what to say. It's just like the
305.
305, man. I mean, and it's a little, it's higher up because it's like Jacksonville, it's more Central Florida, it's more Orlando, it's more Tampa Bay. I think Miami actually kind of a little bit like that southern tip isn't like in the direct path, but they say that basically the whole peninsula is going to be affected, and so there's really nothing that we can say except like let's hope that God protects them, and God bless Florida and protect Florida. And like I said, I have so many friends and family who live in Florida, and I'm thinking of all of you. You're on my thoughts and you're my prayers, and just be safe out there. From the MC. Oh. Live from the MC.